Hello everybody, I'm Jack. This is Raw Tropical Living. Thanks for joining me today. It is Monday morning, the start to a brand new week. Lots of possibilities. It's March 16th today. Officially, we haven't gotten into the equinox. I forget when the spring equinox is. It's close to my birthday. Oh, my birthday is a week from tomorrow, so everybody, I can write down my address below and tell you the address in the States I'll be going to in 3 weeks where you can send all your birthday presents to. Now, Vitamix is at the top of the list. A rebounder that I could pack pretty small to bring back here, that would be next on the list. Don't worry, I'll put a list of my preferred birthday items down in the description below. No, I'm just joking. I'm just happy that you people would choose to come and watch my little channel from time to time. I really appreciate it. But anyhow, we're close to spring. You know, tomorrow's St. Patty's Day. You know, we're almost through the first quarter of the year. Where does this time go? So, I think it's time for a little spring cleaning. Now, you know, I don't really go by the calendar, and I kind of conflict on doing these, just like I conflicted on doing a New Year's Eve, a New Year's video, because we're too much, I believe as humans, we tend to get too caught up and we're a slave to the calendar. There's certain times of the year that we're supposed to do certain things, and it's almost like they're kind of little built-in excuses for us not to do those things other time of the year. So basically, what do you hear all winter? It's cold. There's two reasons that people tend to slack off their health and the raw vegan program in particular in the wintertime. There's two reasons for the raw vegan thing, mostly. One's the movement. One, you can't exercise as much because it's cold and nasty outside. And it seems like, and you know, I'm not much of a gym person anymore. It seems like a lot of people in our natural health communities don't tend to like gyms. Now, I tend to not go to the gym anymore for other reasons. It's not so much that I dislike them or hate the gym or think that's not a good form of exercise. It's just I did it my whole life. I do yoga now, and I do body weight training, and I don't have to go anywhere to do it. And you can do it at home, and you can do it all the time. But you can always find something to move your body all the time. But fair enough. Okay, well, let's forget all the winter excuses. We're here in spring. Oh, well, the second reason people say they can't do it is, I guess there's three reasons. You can't get outside and exercise because of the inclement weather. It's hard to stay raw because there's not as many fruits and vegetables available, and it's hard to stay raw because it's cold and you just want something warm in your body. I will point out an example to refute all these things to you right there. Tanny Raw, watch her, listen to her. She's gotten through the winter somehow, and I don't think Miss Tanny's been eating cooked food. And nothing wrong with cooked food. I'm not preaching against cooked food. I never preach against cooked food. Just don't try to fool your brain. Always let your brain know what reasons you're doing things for. If you want to eat cooked food. But, you can always throw in a sweater too. If you want, that's all I'm saying. If you want to be raw vegan, don't let weather, really throw you off your game. And as far as what's available, once again, Miss Tanny, she lives in South Carolina. I wouldn't say that, I don't think she goes to the Whole Foods. She has just some local stores she goes to there, and she seems to be able to get a good number of stuff. Now, the people that I really feel for, and I hear from a lot, are like over in Europe, in certain parts of Europe, especially in Eastern Europe. It's tough over there. So over there, and you got some cold that we're not even aware of. So there's a little bit more of a pass there. But anyhow, let's forget about all that, the excuses, the reasons why not. It's spring now. So it's time to take that dusty old body out of storage and get yourself moving again. You know, I don't know what you need to do, but maybe you need to do some little something to shake yourself up and get back into that mode to progressively start getting ready for summer. And here's what I would say to you. If you've had a hard time this winter, if you think it's a struggle to be raw vegan in the winter or high carb vegan in the winter, why don't you do this year? Here's a good little something that I'll propose to you. As winter's finishing up, and I know for a lot of you, you've still got a good bit of cold weather left. I know, especially up north, you've probably got You know, some places have cold weather till over into June, but mostly everything's starting to thaw out. So why don't you make this your goal from day one of the spring this year, that you're going to work through the spring, summer, and fall to solidify your lifestyle to where you're more easily able to deal with it next winter. If you weren't able to be raw vegan this winter and you wanted to be, figure out a plan. Get to where you don't have cravings. Eliminate every excuse you have that you possibly can eliminate by the time next winter rolls around. Strengthen yourself in this lifestyle, or strengthen yourself in a high raw lifestyle. I mean, you know, like I say, whether you're trying to be fully raw or not. But start from right now. Okay, even if it's a little pre-spring where you are, you're probably starting to get some warm days. Take advantage. Get outside. First of all, let's shake all the rust off, and let's shake, you know, all the laziness out of your body. As soon as you can get outside, listen, I know it's easier for me to say this because of where I live and how I live. To me, I would say just get out of your house and go walk. Start off by going out and walking as much as possible. I love to walk. And I think, yeah, you're not going to become a top elite athlete, but the average person that's just sedentary, and even me, I get good benefits out of just walking a lot because I walk a lot in my day-to-day life. In fact, I see as I'm even preaching this that how much would I follow that? Because even in the States, and I'm going to do that this time, I get a little sedentary myself hanging out with my 80-something-year-old mom, and I don't go out for walks. Sometimes I run depending on the weather, but I didn't run the last 2 times. But this time I'm going to try to get out and take daily walks. And the reason it's hard, and you know, and I'm preaching and I can understand where you can get tripped up, I don't like to take a walk. To take a walk for me is unnatural. I mean, I walk just in my day-to-day life. I mean, it's just weird when I get to the station to say, I'm going to go out and take a walk with no purpose, just, okay, we're going to walk and look and walk and look. Down here, I hump it everywhere. My bike's been in the shop. I need to go pick it up for about 2 months now, and I just kind of get lazy. But I walk every day, and it's hot here. I mean, I'll take off and sometimes walk 2 or 3 long walks in a day. Now, it's not super huge. I'm going to try to get something that's the cheapest that I can possible. I'm going to get something to track my steps or my mileage when I'm in the States this next time. But yeah, I take a lot of walks, and I'm a fast walker. Walking will get you there. I've lost weight several times on walking, and I've actually increased my cardio a good bit because I'm a fast walker. If you haven't noticed, I'm tall, I got long legs, I'm a fast walker. Little story for you. Years ago, going back about 20 years ago now, when I was bouncing around in Europe, I'd spent a couple of months between France and Italy partying, eating heavy food, eating those damn croissants in France, and I'd gotten pudgy. By the time I got to Greece, I was living in Mykonos, and I was pudgy. And we had a little house where the guy I worked for had a house for the workers a little ways out of town. So I walked like crazy every day. I bet you I was walking 5 miles a day easily every day at a good pace, plus being out on the beach working and whatever. And I dropped like 20, 25 pounds just like that, just from walking, before I even got back into going to the gym. So, time to shake it off. As soon as, or even, hey, even if it's not a spring day, it's not as cold as it was, bundle up a little bit, get out and just start walking. Just walk at a good brisk pace. Try to walk at least long enough to tire yourself a little bit, or at least just get a stretch going. The faster you walk, the more you're going to get your heartbeat going. You're going to get all the blood pumping. But just get out and walk and move. If you're an active person and you are used to exercise and you slacked off a bit in the winter, get back to your normal routine, but ease into your routine. If you've laid off over the winter, don't try to jump back into what you're doing. But the bottom line on the movement part, get your body moving. Spring is here. There's no more excuses about laying around in the house and it being cold all the time. At least most places where you are, you should be able to get out of the house. Same thing for the raw foods. It's not as cold anymore, so let's get back to eating some more fresh, raw, whole fruits and vegetables. You should start seeing there's a lot of, I'm not a grower, so I don't know what comes in what particular areas, but as spring comes, You're going to see more and more fruit that's available to you. Whether it's coming from other places, it would be great if we could all eat locally. And I do mostly eat locally here, but a lot of people don't have that choice. It'd be great if we could eat locally, but other places fruit will be will be coming into season, and you will have more fruits and vegetables in your market. Start learning some new recipes. There's nothing to start a new season like some new food. Figure out some new recipes for yourself. Make the spring more so than the beginning of the year. I look at spring as more of a beginning than actually January 1st. January 1st, you're in the winter, you're going into the heavy part of the winter. Spring is that season of rebirth. Spring is a season, even if it's just mentally, it's a good time for you to just purge yourself, get back on track. If you've never been healthy before, if you haven't been on this lifestyle before, commit to do it. Start doing it. Do it little by little. But the spring is a start. The spring is a great place to start. The spring is a really better place to start than January 1st because psychologically, like I say, you get all excited. It's the new day of a new year, blah, 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 and then within 3 days it's crazy cold wherever you are, and it's not exactly conducive to going out and getting your body moving. And yeah, you're cold, and there is something. I understand, sometimes you just got to make that mind tough, but it is tough to think about health and fitness and eating this light, clean food when it's cold weather. That's one of the benefits down here too. It's not just that I'm lucky to be here or that I've got all this stuff abundant. When it's the opposite of that. When you're living in this hot weather, especially this time of the year, I know people that are raw that have no idea about our lifestyle, and I used to do that a lot too because you just don't want to eat hot food. You don't want to eat cooked food this time of year. We're hot. We're 35 degrees probably every day. But this is a great time, people. I mean, you've got to ask yourself, as seasons past, as time passed, how long have you been trying to do this? How long have you been attempting this? How long have you been going back and forth? At some point, you either do or you don't do. And I think maybe this is it. This is the springtime. There's always that one time, and I'm not saying ever give up, though, because we've all done that. We've all made resolutions. We've all decided to change our life. And more than likely, we've all done the same thing a whole bunch of times until it finally takes. Decide this spring that your new life is going to finally take. You start on the first day of spring. By the time winter rolls around next year, you're going to be strong. I will guarantee you, if you solidify your lifestyle between now and then, next winter is not going to be as tough as this winter. You're not going to be pissing and moaning about how cold it is and how hard it is to do it because you're going to be stronger and you're going to be more resolved. So start now. Start today. There's never any better time than right now. I know we like these dates and it's like, okay, well, I'm going to start, or we like to start something on a Monday, or we like to start something on the 1st of the month. We like to start something on January 1st. We like to pick a date in the future, but right now is a new second for the rest of your life. You can make a beginning at any time. Make a beginning as you're watching this. Make a beginning when you get off. But make a new beginning this spring and stop letting all the excuses hold you back. Anyhow, good to start off this week with you. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. I hope you'll subscribe to the channel, and I hope you have a wonderful week out there. And give a little thought to this. Think about what I'm saying. Maybe even today at lunch, do something different. Eat something different. Be somebody different. Get home from work tonight, take a walk if it's possible. If not, just do something to get your body moving. You can find something within your house. I could think up 150 different exercises, burpees, jumping jacks, whatever. But just think about it as getting the rust off. Even if it's just some simple jumping jacks and calisthenics, your body will thank you for it. Thank everybody. I'd like to thank everybody for watching as always, and see you guys later. Peace.